Ladies, today we are diving into a topic that's all about attraction and connection, and not just the physical kind. We're talking about how to create a deep emotional and physical bond that keeps him coming back for more. First and foremost, you need to understand that emotional connection is everything. It's not just about the moments you share, but how those moments make him feel. You want to be the person he can turn to, the one who listens, understands, and makes him feel seen. When you can connect with him on a deeper level, you're not just scratching the surface. You're creating something real, something he wants to invest in because he knows it's rare. But here's the secret ingredient: confidence. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, owning who you are, and showing him that you're someone who values yourself. When you feel good about yourself, it radiates. And let's face it, when you walk into a room with that kind of energy, how could he not be drawn to you? Now, let's talk about boundaries. Respecting each other's space, both emotionally and physically, is the bedrock of trust. When you create a safe environment where he feels secure and respected, it sets the tone for everything else. This isn't about playing games. It's about building a connection that's rooted in mutual care and understanding. Flirting doesn't have to be loud and in your face. It can be subtle, like a playful look, a witty remark, or a soft touch when he least expects it. Keeping a bit of mystery, leaving him wanting more, makes him chase after your energy, your attention, your presence. It's the kind of anticipation that builds tension in the best possible way. And then, challenge him. Men love when they're intellectually stimulated. Show him you're not just interested in his body, you're interested in his mind. Engage in deep conversations, ask questions that make him think, and don't be afraid to challenge his ideas. This creates a bond that's far more than skin deep. Finally, give him space. Yes, you heard me right. Allowing him the room to miss you makes him crave your presence even more. When you're not always available, when he has time to think about you and what you bring to his life, it builds desire naturally. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about creating a balance where both of you can grow individually and come together with more intensity. Ladies, it's not about tricks or manipulation. It's about being authentic and creating a dynamic that makes both of you feel seen, valued, and desired. When you connect emotionally, engage his mind, respect his boundaries, and exude confidence, you'll have something much stronger than just physical attraction. You'll create a bond that keeps him coming back, time and time again. The foundation of any meaningful and lasting attraction is emotional connection. It's the invisible thread that ties two people together, often far stronger than any physical attraction. When a guy feels emotionally connected to you, he doesn't just see you as someone to share a moment with, but as someone who understands him, someone he can trust and rely on. The key here is to engage with him on a deeper, more intimate level, one that goes beyond the surface. You can start by truly listening to him, not just hearing his words, but understanding what lies beneath them. When you take the time to listen and make him feel heard, you create a space where he feels valued. A meaningful conversation where he can open up about his thoughts, concerns, or dreams is far more engaging than just casual chit-chat. It shows that you care about more than just the external things. You care about who he is as a person, his experiences, his struggles, and what truly matters to him. This kind of attention speaks volumes and builds a connection that can't be easily broken. But emotional connection isn't just about the deep conversations or the meaningful moments. It's also about creating a safe environment where he can feel vulnerable. People often think that vulnerability is a weakness, but in truth, It's the strongest thing a person can offer. When he feels safe enough to share his true self with you, without the fear of judgment, it forms a trust that cannot be replicated in any other way. You become his safe space, the one person he can count on when the world feels overwhelming or confusing. It's important to note that emotional connection isn't built overnight. It's something that takes time, patience, and genuine effort. It's about being consistent in showing up for him, being emotionally available, caring and empathetic, even when life gets busy or stressful. The little gestures matter just as much as the big moments. It's in the quiet support, the reassurance in difficult times, and the understanding when he needs someone to lean on. When you make the effort to connect with him on an emotional level, you don't just become someone he's attracted to, you become someone he can't imagine being without. That emotional bond will turn your relationship into something more meaningful, more secure, and ultimately more satisfying. It's the kind of connection that makes him feel drawn to you in ways that transcend physical attraction, creating a bond that is unshakable. Confidence is one of the most magnetic qualities you can possess. It's not about being perfect or flawless, but about being comfortable in your own skin, owning who you are, and showing the world, especially him, that you're someone who values yourself. When a woman is truly confident, it creates an undeniable energy that naturally draws people in, making them curious about who she is and what she brings to the table. This is an energy that can't be faked. It's something that radiates from within. Confidence is about knowing your worth, even when the world around you doesn't always see it. It's in the way you carry yourself, how you hold your head high, and the way you walk into a room without hesitation. When you move through the world with the belief that you are deserving of respect, love, and happiness, others will take notice. And this is where the real magic happens. Because when you believe in yourself, others begin to believe in you too. You start to exude a magnetic aura that makes others want to be in your presence, to be part of your energy. Being confident also means not seeking validation from others, but knowing that you are enough just as you are. It's easy to fall into the trap of constantly seeking approval from others, but true confidence comes from within. It's about standing firm in your beliefs, owning your imperfections, and not apologizing for who you are. When you embrace your authentic self, flaws and all, it shows that you're comfortable with vulnerability, and that is incredibly attractive. Moreover, confidence encourages a certain level of ease and comfort with intimacy. When you're secure in yourself, it removes the pressure or insecurity from interactions, allowing for more genuine connections. You become more playful, more open to new experiences, and less concerned with how you're being perceived. This makes everything feel more natural and exciting, without the weight of self-doubt hanging over you. It's the kind of confidence that invites him to let his guard down too, creating an environment where both of you can connect without fear or hesitation. Ultimately, confidence isn't just about appearance or how others see you. It's about how you see yourself. When you nurture your confidence, you create a space where attraction can flourish, drawing him to you not just for your physical beauty, but for your strength, your self-assuredness, and your authentic, unshakable sense of self. Respecting boundaries is one of the most fundamental pillars of any successful relationship, whether it's emotional, physical, or intellectual. It's not just about recognizing and honoring the limits someone else sets, but also about cultivating an environment where mutual respect and trust can thrive. When you show respect for his boundaries, you communicate that you understand him as an individual with his own needs, desires, and comfort zones. This level of understanding builds trust, which is essential for creating deeper connections. Boundaries in a relationship are not just physical. They extend into emotional and psychological territory as well. Emotional boundaries refer to the space between your feelings and his, ensuring that both parties have the freedom to express themselves without fear of judgment or undue pressure. By respecting these emotional limits, you allow him to feel safe enough to open up to you, creating a space where vulnerability is welcomed, not feared. It's about knowing when to give space and when to step in, allowing him to share without feeling overwhelmed or smothered. In terms of physical boundaries, the key is patience and communication. Not everyone moves at the same pace, and it's important to respect where he's at in terms of his comfort with physical intimacy. Pushing too hard, too fast can create unnecessary pressure, and it can quickly turn attraction into discomfort. By being patient, you give him the room to feel ready, rather than rushing him into a situation where he may not feel emotionally prepared. This shows him that you respect his comfort and that you're not just interested in one aspect of the relationship, but the whole experience of getting to know each other. Additionally, respecting boundaries doesn't mean holding back completely. It's about finding a healthy balance between closeness and space. Sometimes giving him room to miss you or to reflect on the relationship only makes him want to be around you more. By not being available all the time, you create a dynamic where he feels both intrigued and respected, leaving him with a sense of longing that can deepen his attraction. When both partners are aware of and respect each other's boundaries, it leads to a relationship that feels safe, genuine, and deeply connected. This respect creates an invisible bond that's more than just physical. It's emotional and intellectual, providing a solid foundation for a lasting, fulfilling connection. Ultimately, when you respect his boundaries, you show him that you're not just interested in for the moment, but for the long haul, and that makes all the difference. Flirting is an art, and when done right, it's one of the most powerful ways to build attraction without being overt or overwhelming. The key to successful flirting is subtlety. Small gestures, hints, and playful exchanges that keep him intrigued and wanting more without laying everything out on the table. It's a form of communication that creates tension and excitement, leaving him guessing, wanting to know what comes next, and wondering if there's more to discover. It starts with body language. The unspoken signals we send without even realizing it. A subtle touch on his arm when you're talking, the way you lean in just a little closer, or how you maintain eye contact just long enough to make him feel like the center of attention can speak volumes. These small gestures create a sense of intimacy that draws him in, making him feel as though you're paying attention to him in a way that others might not. But don't make it too obvious. The magic lies in leaving just enough unsaid, allowing him to fill in the gaps with curiosity. Then there's the power of playful teasing. A gentle jab at his quirks or a light-hearted comment that makes him laugh can create a fun, carefree atmosphere that takes the pressure off. This playful back and forth creates an air of ease and comfort that makes him feel like he's enjoying the moment with someone who doesn't take things too seriously. It's not about being rude or sarcastic, but rather about creating a space where both of you can relax and just enjoy each other's company. This can spark attraction in a way that feels natural and spontaneous. Mystery plays a huge role in flirting as well. The art of leaving a little to the imagination, of not revealing everything at once, adds an element of suspense that makes him want to keep learning more about you. Sometimes, the more you withhold, the more he'll want to uncover. By keeping a bit of mystery, you're creating an exciting dynamic that keeps him on his toes, wondering when you'll let him in a little further and what that next layer will reveal. Flirting isn't just about making someone feel desired. It's about making them feel special and unique in your presence. When you engage with him in a way that feels personal, playful, and a little bit intriguing, you're planting seeds of attraction that can grow into something deeper. It's this blend of charm, subtlety, and genuine interest that makes flirting so irresistible. When it comes to building a connection that keeps a guy captivated, engaging his mind is just as crucial as sparking his physical attraction. A woman who challenges him intellectually isn't just attractive, she's irresistible. Men are drawn to women who can hold their own in conversations, who can question and provoke thought, and who push them to see the world from a different perspective. It's about creating a dynamic where both of you are constantly learning, growing, and engaging on a deeper level. Intellectual stimulation is one of the best ways to create lasting attraction. It's not just about showing off your knowledge or sharing your opinions, but about sparking a conversation that excites him. When you ask thought-provoking questions, express curiosity about his beliefs or ideas, and offer insights that challenge him, it fosters a sense of admiration and respect. Intellectual engagement deepens the bond, transforming a casual connection into something more meaningful. It keeps the relationship fresh, dynamic, and full of potential for growth. The power of intellectual attraction lies in the exchange. When both of you are contributing to the conversation, bouncing ideas off each other and exploring new territories together. A great conversation should feel like a dance where both participants are equally involved, equally invested. When he sees that you're not afraid to challenge him, that you have your own strong opinions, and that you're open to hearing his thoughts, it creates a sense of balance and mutual respect. He begins to see you not only as a partner, but as an equal, someone whose mind he values and wants to engage with more deeply. Beyond just discussing casual topics, engaging his mind also means sharing experiences that inspire new ways of thinking. Watch documentaries together, recommend books that have changed your perspective, or explore new interests that push the boundaries of what you've both known. This type of shared intellectual exploration builds an emotional connection that goes beyond superficial attraction, creating a bond that's based on mutual respect for each other's minds. A woman who knows how to challenge a man intellectually isn't just adding value to the relationship. She's keeping him on his toes, keeping him engaged, and encouraging him to rise to the occasion. She draws him in with her insights, her ability to question the status quo, and her desire to evolve. And in turn, she becomes someone he can't wait to talk to, someone whose thoughts and ideas he cherishes. This type of attraction lasts because it's built on respect, curiosity, and the continual desire to know each other more intimately. Creating space in a relationship might sound counterintuitive, but it's one of the most powerful ways to build desire and strengthen attraction. When you give someone both emotional and physical space, it creates an intriguing dynamic where the other person begins to miss you, long for your presence, and look forward to the next moment you'll share together. It's not about playing games or being distant for the sake of it. It's about allowing the relationship to breathe, giving both of you time to grow, reflect, and appreciate each other more deeply. Emotional space allows both partners to maintain their individuality while being a part of the relationship. It's important to have your own hobbies, interests, and social circles. When you focus on your own growth and well-being, it naturally sparks curiosity in him. He starts to see you as someone who is independent, confident, and full of life, qualities that make you even more attractive. It also creates an opportunity for him to miss you when you're not around. If you're constantly available, he may start to take your presence for granted. By giving him the room to appreciate you, you make your moments together feel more meaningful and special. Physical space works in a similar way. While it's natural to want to be close to someone you care about, sometimes stepping back and not being overly available can create a sense of longing and anticipation. Whether it's taking a day to yourself or not immediately responding to a message, it subtly reinforces the idea that you have a life outside the relationship. This makes him value the time you spend together even more because it's not just a given, it's something to look forward to. When he's not constantly in your space, it gives him the freedom to miss you and remember all the reasons why he's attracted to you in the first place. The beauty of creating space is that it doesn't just make him want you more, It also gives you both the time to reflect on what you want from the relationship. It encourages a deeper emotional connection because when you come back together, it's with fresh eyes, ready to engage with each other in a more meaningful way. The absence makes the heart grow fonder, and it also creates a sense of balance, where both partners are independent yet united by a desire to nurture and grow the relationship. This subtle but powerful dynamic of space and longing makes your connection stronger, deeper, and more fulfilling. In the end, the key to capturing his attention and fostering lasting attraction lies in creating a connection that is both deep and balanced. It's not about playing games or manipulating feelings. It's about being authentic, understanding each other's needs, and building a dynamic where both partners feel valued, respected, and desired. From the emotional depth of your conversations, to the confidence you carry with you, to the subtle art of flirting and the intellectual challenge you provide, every interaction has the potential to create something special. When you respect his boundaries, allow for space, and keep him intrigued by your own independence, you're laying the foundation for a connection that goes beyond the physical. It's a bond that keeps growing, evolving, and strengthening as time passes, making him not just attracted to you, but captivated by everything you bring into his life. This approach doesn't just create desire, it creates a relationship where both of you can truly thrive.